Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Lieutenant Billy Zelms, MPO Linda Kewen, and MPO Tanya Pierce will be your hosts for today's program. City officials, department directors, friends, family, and all distinguished guests here today, on behalf of Chief Jim Cervera and the men and women of the Virginia Beach Police Department, we would like to welcome you to our promotion and retirement ceremony. In particular, I would like to welcome our mayor, the Honorable Robert Dyer, and Deputy City Manager Steve Cover. At this time, I ask that you join me in a moment of silence to pay tribute to the men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. Prior to the invocation and opening remarks, I would like to recognize the participants of our Cadet Challenge program. Would you please stand up? These 18 high school students have spent the past week with us engaged in the Cadet Challenge program. They represent 10 high schools throughout Virginia Beach, and each volunteered to attend and was selected to participate in 5 days of learning about our profession. Members from the Community Engagement Unit, Special Operations, Emergency Communications, Sheriff Department, and the Academy staff engaged these students in a variety of discussions about law enforcement and public safety organizations. Today, each leaves with a certificate and a better understanding of who we are, what we are about, and what it takes to meet the Cadet Challenge. Let's give them a round of applause for their participation and completion of the program. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I ask that you please rise and remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Virginia Beach Police Department Honor Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation delivered by Police Chaplain Debbie Quam. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Department, order!
Chaplain Quam, will you deliver the invocation?
Let us pray. Loving Creator God, as we gather today to celebrate and honor Virginia Beach Police Department officers advancing in their careers and those who have reached its completion, may we give thanks for the journeys which have led us to this place. Our colleagues, department supervisors, and friends through the years, men and women who have served as role models and mentors for us and have emulated the best examples of what and who a police officer can and should be. The many experiences we have faced, those that have challenged us, grieved us, taught us, made us better officers and human beings, experiences that brought us a sense of joy and accomplishment, and even those which helped us to laugh at ourselves and our fellow brothers and sisters, reminding us of our common human frailties and shortcomings. And lastly, our families, who have loved us, walked with us, supported us, listened to our frustrations and our dreams, been afraid for us, and who have waited and kept watch for our safe return home after every shift. As we begin this next chapter, whatever it may be, we thank you for your guidance, your still, quiet voice that lives within and speaks to us, and your continued blessings present every day. In the name of the eternal love, amen.
You may be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present our Honorable Mayor, Robert Dyer.
Let me say what an honor it is to be among you today. Virginia Beach and police are always ready, willing, and able to respond in every situation. That's what you're trained for. Your response on May 31st tragedy was nothing short of outstanding. A point of pride for our city, our Commonwealth, our nation, and the world got to see heroism in action. I am grateful, our entire community is grateful to everyone for your dedication and what you do every day, 24/7. As members of the Virginia Beach Police Department, you see the best and you see the worst of people. When you begin your shift, you never know what you're going to encounter, but you always make those encounters with professionalism, courtesy, and you do our city proud. You are prepared for practically everything. That's how you are trained. Here, have you gotten the very best training and that empowers you to do your job? Thank you for doing that, and let me just say congratulations to those being promoted and also those who have served for so many years gallantly. You help make our city great. I've said often over the last weeks that we are a city of heroes, and you are among them. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. I would ask Chief Cervera to provide some remarks.
Good afternoon. Okay, we always have to do this twice. This is a happy affair. Good afternoon. I'm going to speak to the promotees, to the retirees, to the cadets, and to my colleagues. It's cops, and I was asked, I did this once before, I was asked to do this here. It's cops in the door. What do I mean by the door? Cops always go to a door. It could be a door to a home, a door to a business. It could be a door to a school. It could be a door to a car, a truck, but there's usually a door. And on the other side of the door, we don't know what's there. It could be a little kid who is lost. It could be a domestic situation which is a little out of control. It could be a burglary, could have been a robbery, could be somebody with a gun, somebody with a knife, could be an absolute horrific event on the other side of the door. But as police officers, for those of you who have served and decided to retire, for those of you who are getting promoted, each and every time the cop goes through the door. And they don't hesitate. They don't question. They don't wonder why. They don't want to go somewhere else. They do it each and every time. And I have to always ask why. Well, because you're cops. And that's what cops do. And there's a virtue to what you do. And there's a virtue to the fact that you will do it every time without hesitation, without question, or without wanting. So for those of you who have served, as long as you have served, thank you. Thank you for always going through the door. For those of you who are being promoted or have been promoted, and we will celebrate it today, you continue. And I treasure the fact that you continue. And it's an honor to be with you here today. Thank you.
On this special day, we will honor 3 department members for their years of dedicated service, and we will also recognize 4 employees who have distinguished themselves to a degree worthy of promotion. When I call your name, I ask that you and anyone accompanying you please enter the stage from your right. Sergeant Travis Eicher, accompanied by his wife, Kate. Sergeant Eicher joined the department in March of 2010 and has worked in various assignments throughout his tenure. Notably, he spent 6 years in special operations, working in the traffic safety unit and on the fatal crash team. His professionalism and dedication to the citizens of Virginia Beach have earned him praise and recognition on numerous occasions. Sergeant Eicher has been recognized as the Law Enforcement Officer of the Quarter by the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney, the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year by American Legion Post 113, and Mothers Against Drunk Driving has acknowledged him for having the most DUI arrests by jurisdiction 3 years in a row. Sergeant Eicher is a certified negotiator, a certified drug recognition expert, and a DCGS instructor. Additionally, he possesses a bachelor's degree in criminology from Virginia Wesleyan University.
So obviously a last minute change to have my dad come up with me, but just as great could have been my wife, Kate. But just very briefly, I wanted to thank everyone for attending the ceremony today. Being a police officer was a lifelong goal of mine, and it continues to be, as I hope to be with the Virginia Beach Police Department throughout my entire professional career. I can already tell how everyone who tells me Sergeant is the best position on the department, I see a bunch of head nods already. I've only been in the spot for 6 weeks maybe now, and I already feel that. So I'm very excited and thankful for this opportunity. I want to thank the entire command staff for giving me the privilege, and I will not let you all down. Thank you very much. I'm going to give a couple names, but I know I'm going to miss some people. Don't be offended. I just want to thank a couple people that have been very influential in my professional career. Those people would be Lieutenant Brad Wessler and Sergeants Brian Strauss and Mark Miller have really helped me develop as a professional in this career. Many other colleagues that have been alongside me that I wish I could thank, but you guys would be here all day. I also want to recognize my family for the role they played in my life, and they make me the man that I am today. Mom, Dad, and Karen, thank you very much. Last, I wanted to thank my wife, Kate, for everything she's done for me to help me develop in this role. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you again, everyone, for attending today, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on this next one. Sergeant Frank Philippone, accompanied by his wife Rachel and children Avery and Andrew. Sergeant Philippone joined our department in February of 2006 after previously serving with the Newport News Police Department. He began his career assigned to uniform patrol at the 4th Precinct before transferring to professional development and training, where he served as an academy instructor and defensive tactics coordinator. Given his professionalism and commitment to service, both in and outside of the department, Sergeant Philippone has been the recipient of numerous awards and accolades thus far in his career. These include the Cape Henry Rotary Club's Public Safety Employee of the Year, the Champion for Children Award, the Crime Solver's Top Cop Award, and is the recipient of the Human Rights Commission's Humanitarian Ribbon, just to name a few. Sergeant Philippone holds an associate's degree in criminal justice from Columbia Southern University. He is active in his church, volunteers at soup kitchens, and teaches boxing to at-risk youth.
couple people asked me if I was going to say a few words. Those that know me know I don't miss an opportunity. So, well, good afternoon. I wanted to welcome friends, family, Mayor Bob Dyer, Deputy City Manager Steve Cover, and other distinguished guests, members of our department, and our organizational leaders. I want to say congratulations to the new promotees, and I also wanted to say thank you and good luck to our retirees. I'll thank everybody later, but I have to get some things right first. I stand in here shocked, like many of you probably sitting here, that thinking, who was the guy that promoted this guy, right? Because I wasn't that kid that wanted to be a police officer. I was a kid that on the other side of the tracks, a kid that was a problem kid. But for most of us that are getting promoted today and stand up here today, it's about developing our future leaders. For me, it's about somebody that's changing their stars, right? Going from one part of the community to this type of community, being on one side of the thin blue line to this side of the thin blue line. I'll tell you this. There's two reasons I became a police officer. One, a friend of mine said, hey, I need to help go into the academy. I can't do it without you. I said, okay. The other one was my fiance, now my wife, said, you need a career. So I thought, well, she's probably right. Well, as I applied with the Newport News Police Department, and my buddy did as well, I got in, he didn't. So then I thought to myself, well, I didn't really want this, what do I do now? She told me, let's go, let's just do it, you got nothing to lose. So, one of the things that spoke to me when I became a police officer was, even though I wasn't wanting to be in this profession, so Dr. Martin Luther King's quote of a street sweeper, if a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets, even as Michelangelo painted or Beethoven composed music or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep the streets so well that the host of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. So some people will say that this is my calling. So here's the thanks that go out. So first, I'd like to thank God. Right? My faith has kept me strong. It's kept me safe. I'd like to thank my wife for always pushing me towards my goal and my dreams and never holding me back. To my kids, who always put up with the long hours of different things. He's not here today, but Coach, I call him Coach, but Chief Kenny Miller. He was always pushing me past my limits, not only my boxing career, but my police career. My recent sergeants, Sergeant Marshall, for allowing me to be myself when I first started the academy. I struggled with trying to play a role versus being the role I was destined to be. Sergeant Johannesson. She allowed me to stay safe when we were partners in COP, allowing me to be here to get promoted. And she's helped me prepare. Sergeant Strauss. I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to develop and prepare me for the role, letting me make some critical or crucial decisions. A couple others, Sergeant Bishop, Sergeant Jaskowiak, Lieutenant Merce, Lieutenant Gervin, Sergeant Banks, Sergeant Kane. A lot of them took the time out of their day to help me not only prepare for the sergeant exam, but allowed me to be myself, and then also be crucial and critical when I did something wrong. Lieutenant Burnett, thank you for always giving me your help and insight during my time at the academy. You always inspired me and expected me to do best. To my Creed staff, Joe, Paul, Chuck, John. Well, I should say Chuck twice, of course. You guys made me feel right at home when I was assigned there. And you let me know teamwork. If one fails, we all fail. I have a friend here. Her name's Kim Thummel. She's been there for me throughout the academy, or throughout my police career and my boxing career. She's believed me from the beginning, and that her dedication and commitment to my development has been invaluable. I'll leave with this. Leadership is solving problems. The day the soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you have stopped leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can help them or concluded that you do not care. Either case is a failure of leadership. That was by Colin Powell. So I am successful first because you believed in me. And that's more than I can thank you. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Sergeant Patrick Kane, accompanied by his wife Carrie. Sergeant Kane joined the department in August of 2010 after having previously served as a police officer in Sandusky, Ohio. After spending time at the 2nd Precinct assigned to Uniform Patrol, Sergeant Kane transferred to Special Operations, where he worked as a member of the Special Weapons and Tactics Team. In addition to his primary duties, Sergeant Kane acted as an alternate PIO for the Office of Public Affairs. He has received specialized training as a police sniper, counter-sniper, and explosive breacher. He is also a field force instructor as well as a DCJS instructor. Sergeant Kane holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Tiffin University. In his free time, he volunteers with the annual Clean the Bay Day and is a recreational basketball team coach with the Great Neck Athletic Association.
Carrie, come on over here. Many of you that know me, I'm not a man of many words. I would like to share a short story that started the spring of '96 when we first started dating. Went through the police academy my junior year in college at night. Went to school during the day, the academy at night. Became a police officer, worked part-time at 2 very small departments in Ohio, and there's a problem. We became engaged, and there was not a lot of agreements with the path I kind of chose to be a police officer. It was a little bit of a struggle, so we came to the conclusion, let's get married. Of course, that was planned, and move somewhere fun. Somebody won. We moved to Orlando, Florida, and I started my business career. So I spent 10 years in business, but there was a continued problem. Just kind of like the chief said about the open door, many times I'm on the street, just whether we're together or I'm working, I'm at an intersection, I'm going this way, and I see lights and sirens going the opposite direction. I kept saying for 10 years, I want to go that way. That should be me. So many discussions, kept being it was a losing battle, basically. Somebody kept winning. So some of you know this story. I completed the application process for the city of Norfolk to be a police officer. All I had to do was turn in the packet to start. I did not turn in the packet due to a discussion. Somebody else won, of course. So maybe 6-9 months later, I saw that Virginia Beach was hiring. And somebody did not tell somebody that I applied. So we were driving back from Thanksgiving from Ohio, and I received a phone call to see if I was still interested in taking a test in a couple months. And there was not a whole lot of discussion for probably 400 miles of that trip. So each time I just kept trying to sell it, let me just take the written exam. I passed the written exam. Let me take, the physical. Let me take, this polygraph, all that stuff. Kept passing them. Oh man, I made it in the academy. Let me just get into the academy and start, and let's see how it goes. I get in the academy and obviously graduate, and after 19 years of marriage that we just hit, and how many years I've been in the department, somebody still here standing by my side. So the biggest thanks in the ever goes right here to my wife. So the last 2 years, she was getting a little frustrated because she thought maybe there was a girlfriend on the side because I was always going to Starbucks to study. But it was due to, dedication and commitment that I had, to a promise I made to her when she was accepting of me becoming a police officer again for City of Virginia Beach, was to try to move up and, make back some of the money I lost to come into this field. So I dedicated a lot of time and energy. So that girlfriend that you thought was at Starbucks was people like Sergeant Jaskowiak, dedicating a lot of time. Lieutenant Wessler, Lieutenant Wishendahl, Sergeant Strauss, Sergeant Minahan. Those were the people on the side that were assisting me in this process of becoming the supervisor I am today. So I'm very grateful to Chief Cervera, the command staff, and anyone else that I missed. And a big thank you to all my SWAT teammates that have put up with me for the last 4.5 years. So thank you very much.
Lieutenant Michelle Meister, accompanied by her wife Michelle and her nephew Tommy. Having previously served with the Patton Township Police Department in Pennsylvania, Lieutenant Meister joined our department in August of 2002. She has supervised several units, to include the Ready Response Team and the Detective Bureau's Special Victims Unit. Prior to her promotion to lieutenant, she was an investigator assigned to the Office of Internal Affairs. Lieutenant Meister is adamant that the recognition and accolades she has received over the last 6 years as a sergeant are a direct reflection of the excellent work and dedication of the officers and detectives who have worked for her. Her role as a leader is not to be the best, but to help everyone around her be better. Lieutenant Meister believes that working with her officers and detectives to guide them to specialty units, seek promotion, receive awards and accolades, or to take the leap to further their education has been the most rewarding experience of her career. Lieutenant Meister was the department's first LGBT liaison, is a human rights liaison, and is a member of the Hampton Roads LGBT First Responder Consortium. She holds a bachelor's degree in criminology with a minor in psychology from Penn State University and also a master's degree in criminal justice from Troy University.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Thanks, Chief. First, I want to congratulate all the other promotees. It's an honor to share this day with you and celebrate your accomplishments along with everyone else in the room. I also want to join in congratulating our retirees. I wish you all well as you learn to enjoy having holidays off and getting to bed by 9 at night. Congratulations, Captain Gons. Nice job. Throughout this process, although I focused hard and studied for the promotion process, I really want to take a moment to thank retired Captain Laura Kaiser. Where are you? There you are. Surprised I couldn't find you. Lieutenant Scott Wishendahl and Lieutenant Brad Wessler. You guys spent hours and hours and hours of your free time helping me get prepared, not only for the process, but for transitioning into my new role. I also want to thank Lieutenant Colin Elliott. You've always got that smirk on your face. I found you pretty quickly. You answered my crazy phone calls at night when my mind was going, and I appreciate you picking up that phone and calming me down. Detective Atwood spent a lot of hours practicing and studying, so I appreciate it. Congratulations to you. I'm sure you're going to be up here pretty soon. And of course, I want to thank my family who took some time out of their busy schedules to come down from South Jersey, not North Jersey, Chief, South Jersey, to come down and help me celebrate this day. I really appreciate you being here. Of course, my father, who left us about 15 years ago, he's with me every step of the way, and he's with me every day. Oh, geez, I can't forget. My God. I can't forget my wife. and the love of my life, Lieutenant Michelle Wyatt, not only because of your unwavering support and always being my calm in the storm, but if I forgot, you'd never let me live it down, so thank you very much. As Lieutenant Zelms said earlier, as a leader, my greatest accomplishments and rewards have come from watching my officers and detectives reach their goals and exceed their own expectations, right there. And it fills me with pride to know that I played some part in their success. Leadership is not about making yourself the best, it's about making those around you better. I thought a lot about what I was going to say today, and my mind kept going back to May 31st and how I felt that day, and what I was going to say today when I stood in front of everybody. I know that through caring for each other, supporting each other, and taking care of each other, we will find our new normal. We, as command staff, as leadership, and as officers of this department, we need to be vigilant in watching out for our officers and caring for their well-being. We need to steady the ship, and we need to charge forward. Thinking back on that day, I realized very quickly, it's not about all the shiny pins and stuff on this side of our uniform. It's about the badge on our chest and the patch on our shoulder and the fact that we will always be the light in the darkness. The citizens of Virginia Beach know that we will be there for them, and we will always be their sheepdog. I'm proud to represent the Virginia Beach Police Department, and I want to thank you, all of you, for trusting in me and being a part of this department and being a part of the command staff. And I look forward to helping us and leading us through this tough time and finding our way through the dark. Thank you all for being here.
All right, at this time, I would like to ask each of the newly promoted officers to join us back on stage for the oath of honor administered by Mayor Dyer.
It's my privilege to offer you the oath of honor. You can raise your hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character, or the public trust.
or the public trust.
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself
to hold myself
and others accountable for our actions.
and others accountable for our actions.
I will always uphold
I will always uphold
the Constitution and community I serve.
the Constitution and community I serve.
Thank you. God bless you. Be safe. Congratulations.
All right, at this time, we will now recognize our retirees for their years of exceptional service with a presentation of credentials by Chief Cervera. When I call your name, I ask that you and anyone accompanying you please enter the stage from your right. Captain Benjamin Gons. Ben began his impressive career when he joined our department in August of 1987. For more than half of his tenure, he was assigned to Special Operations as a member of the SWAT team, where he was also a student and teacher alongside Gunnery Sergeant Carlos Hathcock. Along with Captain Sean Adams, he developed, coordinated, and taught the department's first basic SWAT school. After being promoted, he returned to Special Operations as a SWAT team supervisor at both the sergeant and lieutenant levels. Additionally, throughout his career, Ben worked in every command except the 3rd Precinct. He even worked in the Office of Accreditation. His final assignment was that of commanding officer of the 4th Precinct. Ben has received numerous accolades over the last 32 years to include 87 letters of appreciation, the department's life-saving medal, the Medal of Merit, and the Public Service Medal. He was also one of 4 of the first officers to ride mountain bike patrol on 4 donated bicycles. Ben is a lifelong citizen of Hampton Roads and has been married to his wife Nona for 29 years. He has 2 adult children, Gavin and Grayson, who just graduated from Virginia Commonwealth University.
Well, thank you for the picture. It's just really a haircut. So I'd like to first thank the chief foremost for allowing me to be on the express ceremony. This ceremony today is a bit shorter than the ones we've had previously, so I'm glad to see we'll be able to work our way through and celebrate with our families. Also, a clue. I don't know if I'm dressed down or dressed up, but I'm supposed to be in a Hawaiian shirt and Bermuda shorts right now, but my immediate boss, Deputy Chief Dean, refuses to stop giving me stuff to do. So let me thank you all for coming today to join us. I see a number of faces, department members, friends, family, some guys I worked with in other assignments, most all of which I've shared moments or made contact with and had special times with over the years. Thank you all. You have helped develop and shape my career, and I certainly appreciate that. It's been a good one. I've been blessed with the most awesomest of families. Yes, that's my word. My parents are in the house right over here. Mom-in-law's here. My gorgeous wife and my son are here today. My daughter's in Texas. She thought that a bit more important to see Austin and the cool sights around Texas. But best kids in the universe. I've certainly been blessed as a man can be. They have been the best of cop families that I could ever ask for. This job has brought me pride, excitement, professional growth, education, composure, and true respect for what humans are actually capable of doing. We have the best officers anywhere, and that has made the leadership part of my job so much easier. I've had many opportunities to travel across a lot of different places, and I've seen it, and I've been able to compare. You guys are awesome. This is bittersweet. I still enjoy the work. You know, I love what I'm doing. I love working with people to solve problems. Not disgruntled or unhappy. I'm not leaving mad. I'm actually very content and proud that I've been able to be a part of this organization. We do good things the right way here, and I've come to enjoy my time and work at the 4th Precinct tremendously. I have a lot of thanks to give to those folks who I'm currently working with, the lieutenants that I'm with, Michelle Wyatt, Brian Walters, and Doug Wavera. They really keep me afloat at the 4th Precinct. But it's time for me to see other things before I can anymore, and most especially my family. Thank you, Deputy Chiefs. Dean, Zucchero, and Gallagher. I've worked closely with you guys in some point or capacity in my career. Thanks to the command staff, a lot of you we've worked together, and I've learned a great deal from you. You've allowed me to do what I've done and to have gotten where I am today, and I certainly appreciate that. So, I'm closing. Godspeed to my fellow retirees. I wish you the best. Congratulations to those of you who are being promoted today. Well deserved. The job will be what you decide to make it. Always remember that. Do good, and you've got the calm. That's all I have today. Thank you so much for coming.
Master Police Officer Michael Beloso. After serving in the United States Air Force, Michael started his law enforcement career with the Norfolk Police Department as an auxiliary officer. In May of 1994, he began his 25-year career with our department, graduating from the 18th Academy. His first assignment as a new officer was in uniform patrol at the 4th Precinct. Over the course of the next several years, Michael explored various other assignments to include walking beats at the oceanfront during the summer and the Detective Bureau as a member of the Warrant Fugitive Unit. Despite these new experiences, his desire was and continued to be working within the community of the 4th Precinct. Throughout his tenure, Mike was awarded several letters of appreciation and recognition, as well as the department's Public Service Medal. In 2007, he was recognized as the Citizen Advisory Committee's Officer of the Year.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to introduce you to my soon-to-be wife on Monday, Megan. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. My parents, sister, and my soon-to-be in-laws. How quickly it does go by. I have no regrets. I also look over to my left and I see the command staff, several of which I've worked for at some time when they were just merely sergeants, and look at them now. I also like to congratulate the people, the newly promoted people, and good luck with your continuing careers. That's about it.
Forensic Specialist 2, David Totten. After serving his country as a member of the United States Navy, David continued his desire to serve the public by joining our department in November of 1987. In the nearly 32 years of service to our citizens, David has worked as a crime scene forensic technician and as an automated fingerprint identification system specialist. He is a graduate of the 34th session of the Department of Forensic Sciences Forensic Science Academy and has received specialized training by the FBI in the field of advanced fingerprint examination. David is also certified latent fingerprint examiner through the International Association of Identification. Throughout his tenure, David has received over 38 letters of appreciation and recognition, including one for his work on a high-profile case that resulted in the suspect's identification and his testimony in court as to the results of his analysis. In 2011, David was a recipient of the Detective Bureau's Excellence Award for making 48 identifications on 200 cases. And in 2012, he was awarded the department's Life-Saving Award for his actions in the successful resuscitation of a cardiac arrest patient. David is one of the most helpful people you will ever meet and is an avid photographer and Photoshop guru. He is famous for his ability to quickly Photoshop someone's head on another person's body for a humorous birthday card or flyer that is distributed throughout the office. In addition, many of the images you see throughout the department of various patches, badges, and icons are the work of David that has been passed from one person to the next. He frequently volunteers at the Virginia Zoo in Norfolk as a photographer, and his work has been displayed in the area and in the Zoo's magazine. In retirement, David continues to serve in this capacity.
Thank you very much. As the chief says, say a few words. I'm a big talker behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes like this, I'm speechless. So I just want to say thank you very much. Congratulations to the promotees and the retirees and everybody here. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program. Thank you for joining us today for this special occasion. Congratulations to the newly promoted and best wishes to our retirees. Following the benediction, Chief Cervera would like to cordially invite you to take part in refreshments, which are being served in the cafeteria across the hall from the auditorium. At this time, I ask that you please stand for the benediction led by Chaplain Kwong.
Living God, equip us, your people, for the work you have given us to do. May we live joyfully, love openly, and forgive freely. May the peace of God that passes all understanding be with you today and always. Amen.